Hi, welcome to this series of iPhone application development. We have been developing application to simply echo the text provided by the user in the text field, which is over here, into a label box over here upon hitting this button, push me. All right, so if I type in Grace, hit enter to get rid of the keyboard, push me, there's hello Grace being echoed back. Today in this video, I like to work with numbers. So instead of a bunch of characters, I like to provide a user the ability to type in two numbers, so in two text boxes, and be able to add the two numbers together and display the result over here. All right, so we need to add a new text box, change the functionality to add two numbers rather than just echoing back a bunch of characters, and place it into this label box. All right, so let's get started. We already have that XIB file shown over here, and what I need to do is put this thing down a little bit, put the label box down a little bit, and grab the library so I can add a new text field over here, drag it out to have the same size, and we are pretty much done. All right. Also, for the push me, instead of having that as a title, I'm going to add put the add there as a title. All right, so get rid of this, get rid of that, and then save the file, and we are done for this interface builder for the time being. Go back to the .h file where I declare my data. Again, there's a view, there's a model, and within this controller, so I'm going to add one more fields here, one more field here, input to from user, and with the property to set up the getter and setter. Okay, input from user for the first one, input to from user. All right, and the same method to add the two numbers together. So I'm going to synthesize not just the first one, but input to from user. This is the code to echo back the data. So I'm going to modify this so that I can convert, first of all, the string into numbers and then add them together. Okay, a few things to do. Float. We're working with two numbers, so the first number is coming from the input from user.text. All right, but I'm going to send a special message to this text value to convert it into float, and that's how you do it. Sending a message called float value into input from user.text. I'll do the same thing for number 2, which is input 2 from user.text, and send it value, float value to it so that it will convert it from text into a number, a floating value. Finally, what I want to do is to just add up number 1 and number 2. The last thing I want to do is that instead of returning a string, hello, whatever, I want to provide a placeholder for a floating value coming from the variable sum. Okay, so that should be it. Let's compile and run and see what happens. Simulator runs. We have 2 inputs now, so let's type in 45 and 23, add them together. Oops, it's only 45. Looks like it's just grabbing data from here. Why is it? Let's try another numbers. 1, 2, 3 plus 2. What is it, right? Our suspicion is right. That it's only grabbing data from the first one and not the second one. Well, you think about it, it makes sense because we have the view, we have the code, we have the model, the controller, and all the code in here. There's no connections between the the second input text field with the code. So I need to go back here, click on this second input field, hold down the control key, click on it, drag to the referencing outlets, and create a new referencing outlet to the file's owner. And here's the input 2 from user that I declared and used in my code. Get rid of this, save it. Alright. And we quit the simulator and restart it by rebuilding it. And let's see what happens. Again, 2 input fields, 1, 2, 3, 2, add them together is 44. Okay? And if I even put 1, 1.22, and it's 44.33, and what you get here at the end is basically an indication of the floating point is not a precise operation. Alright? But that's okay. We are adding the two numbers correctly, and the app is working with numbers. Alright? Thank you so much. See you next time.